Have you ever noticed how everything out there demands urgency? The world screams, loud, frantic, pushing you to run, respond, show up, prove yourself. But maybe what truly matters doesn't make a sound. Maybe real strength isn't about being fast, visible, or relevant. It's about being silence, about being the space between the noise. You were taught to believe that discipline is harsh, that clarity is cold. But what if I told you discipline is freedom, and clarity is the invisible shield against the chaos? While the world shouts its endless urgencies, you can learn to hear only what matters, your own steps, your own breath. Between the noise and the rush of others, there's a place where you stay awake while resting, where every decision is born clean, untouched. You won't find that place out there. It's built here, inside, in the quiet discipline of someone who no longer needs to shout to be whole. Breathe. This is where we begin. You wake up and you already feel it. Even before you open your eyes, there's a heaviness in the air. Messages waiting, demands piling up, invisible expectations pressing on your chest. It's like the day crashes into you before you even begin. You swipe through your screen in a silent attempt to feel in control, but each touch pulls you deeper. Your mind, already overloaded, jumps between tasks, deadlines, comparisons. A war without bullets, but with wounds that cut deep. The exhaustion isn't just physical. It's a fog that clouds your thinking, a tiredness that steals your ability to hear yourself. And in the middle of this invisible battlefield, you try to fight back. You try to be productive, to stay present, to be strong. But some days, all you manage to be is absent from yourself. You're not alone. This overload of information, pressure, noise has built a world where the mind can't rest and the heart drifts. And when everything's screaming at once, how do you know what really matters? How do you find silence inside this storm? It feels like swimming against an invisible current, where every stroke feels too small, too slow, too weak. But maybe, just maybe, it's not about swimming faster. Maybe it's about learning to float, about stopping the struggle and starting to listen. Not to the world out there, but to the quiet whisper inside. Close your eyes. Feel. The word discipline tends to sting in the ears of someone already tired. It feels heavy, like an obligation, like a chain that holds you back. But maybe discipline isn't what traps you. Maybe it's what sets you free. Picture a soldier lost in the middle of a storm. No armor, no shelter, exposed to everything coming at him. Now picture that same soldier holding a firm shield, not to attack, but to protect what's most vital inside. Discipline is that shield, not a prison, but a quiet choice to stay whole in the middle of the chaos. It doesn't scream. It doesn't demand applause. It's built from small no's. No to rushing, no to comparing, no to the excess, that clear the way for a bigger yes, the yes to yourself. That's where clarity is born. Not from trying to control everything, but from knowing how to filter what gets in and what stays out. Between the world's urgencies and what your soul actually needs, discipline creates a territory that no chaos can touch. A sacred space where the noise can't reach you. And there, right at the center of yourself, you learn that real strength isn't about fighting the world. It's about not losing yourself inside it. Take a deep breath. Hold the shield tight. The world wants to fill you up with stimuli, with tasks, with endless urgencies. But there's a more subtle, rarer art, the art of emptying. Like an overflowing cup, your mind, saturated, can't take in anything new. And yet, they convince you that you need to hold more, Do more. Be more. No one teaches that sometimes growth starts with letting go, with making space. Like a forest that needs silence for new seeds to take root. Emptying isn't giving up. It's clearing out the excess, so the essential can finally be heard. It's creating inner silence, a kind of clarity you'll never find in the noise outside. You start small. You turn off notifications. You stop replying to everything right away. You learn to say no, without guilt. And little by little, the static fades. The noise softens. What's left isn't the kind of emptiness that scares you. It's the kind of space that welcomes you back home. There, stripped of all the excess, you finally hear the one voice that's always been there. Your own, subtle, but insistent. Faint at first, but stronger each time you listen. And you realize the world won't turn down its volume for you. You have to learn how to turn down your own noise, to build inside your chest a shelter where only what matters can stay. Close your eyes. Listen. Strength isn't what they told you it is. It's not about enduring everything, reacting fast, or always winning. Real strength is something else, a firm gentleness, a presence that doesn't bend to the noise. In the middle of the shouting, you don't have to shout too. In the middle of the rush, you don't have to run. There's a subtle space between the impulse to react and the choice to simply be. That's where strength is born. Like a mountain that doesn't move, even when the winds go wild. Like the ocean, turbulent on the surface, but carrying silence in its depths. This strength isn't heroic. It's quiet, invisible to others, but unshakable inside. And it grows every time you refuse the invitation to hurry. Every time you choose to listen more and react less. At first, it'll feel impossible. The world's screaming is loud. Everyone else's urgency will try to pull you back into the current. But you learn how to stay without losing yourself, how to listen without getting lost, how to breathe, even when everything's pushing you to speed up. And without even realizing it, you become what so many seek but few ever find, a silence that doesn't break, a clarity that can't be sold, a strength that doesn't need to be seen to exist. Take a deep breath. Stay. In the end, the world won't quiet down for you. It'll keep screaming, rushing, demanding. But you'll have learned something else. When the world shouts, you breathe. You breathe deep, like diving into your own essence and finding a space inside that no one else can touch. The shield of discipline is still in your hands, not as a heavy armor, but as a natural extension of who you've become. Clarity isn't an effort anymore. It's a consequence. You no longer run to keep up with others. You move at your own pace, hearing what once went unnoticed, the sound of your own steady footsteps on the ground of your life. The world demands. You listen. The world rushes. You breathe. The world scatters. You focus. And suddenly, the noise outside doesn't pierce you like it used to. You've become your own shelter. Not because you built walls, but because you learned how to be space. Space for silence. Space for choice. Space for strength. The world can scream all it wants. You carry a peace that can't be bought, borrowed, or explained. The peace of someone who chose to listen only to what's essential. Close your eyes, feel your breath. You've arrived. If this touched something inside you, maybe it's time to listen to yourself with more kindness. Subscribe to keep this silent conversation going with your own mind.